getting entertaining and informing. So this today, I hope you're going to learn a lot. So on today's edition of the program, we'll be looking at handling and dealing with heartbreaks and breakup. My guest is well known to many of you, so I find it difficult to introduce to you somebody that is already known by many people. So let me just go straight to the point. DSP Patience Dogo and a relationship expert right in the studio this evening. You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Hope, for having me.
Okay, my co-presenter woman is still is in the building. Omani, good evening.
Hi, okay, listener. Welcome to another episode of Connect.
All right. Good evening, everyone, and welcome again to another interesting episode. Today's topic is quite funny, handling heartbreaks and breakups. Funny in a way because most people expect that everything should go rosy, rosy, but there are times where you get to a point where you know that this relationship is going to be more of detrimental to us than of good. When you weigh it, you look at the options, and you see that the negative part would outweigh the positive, then you have to make a decision for your sanity's sake, for your emotions' sake. And that's why we are discussing this issue today. Many people are going through so much emotional issues because of heartbreaks they've had, breakups. And sometimes people don't even know how to go through these issues. They just remain depressed for a very long time and they can't move through life. So I think it's a necessary topic for us to discuss. First, I would say not every relationship must end in marriage. Please note that. Not every relationship must end in marriage. When you have that at the back of your mind, then when you get to a juncture in that relationship that you find out that this thing is not going ahead, or if you go ahead with it, it's going to cause more harm than good, then you can prepare your mind, you know. Secondly, the moment you discover that the relationship you are into um, is going to cause more harm than good, then you can decide that you want to break up or call it quits. That's secondly. Thirdly, please, you are dealing with the emotions of people. While you want to, end that relationship, it is important that you do it in a very civil way. People handle emotional issues differently. What I can take maybe, the other party may not be able to take it. People handle emotions differently. Some people can take it and come out of it quickly, while others, it takes a while for them to come out of that. So please, if you're going to end any relationship, please consider the emotions of the other party. Very important. Don't do it in such a way that you leave the other person shattered and battered. It's very, very important that you note that. It takes two to tango. What I mean is two people in the relationship. It cannot be one-sided. So as soon as you discover that the relationship is one-sided, the other person is not giving, the other person is not imputing into the relationship, no matter how convinced you are that that person is your future partner, your life partner, if the second person is not seeing it that way, of course there's going to be issues because it takes two to make the relationship work. Then I think that's a signal that you should call it quits and do the needful. So I'll go straight to the point and say a very important step. First of all, before you even say you are going to call the relationship off or call it quits, ask yourself questions. Be honest with each other. The issue I have with people is that they cover up a lot of things. Ask yourself pertinent questions. Be honest with each other. What is the problem here? How do we go, solving the issue? What is the next step from here? Ask very honest questions. Communicate with each other. Nobody is a perfect human being. So people have weaknesses, and you can't expect that the person you're going to settle down with is an angel or a saint. We are all humans, and as long as we are humans, we have weaknesses and we have faults. So put that into consideration. But what I would say is when you look at the entirety of the relationship, number one, and you look at the future together, and you realize that this thing is going to be more harmful than beneficial to both of you, then you can honestly tell yourselves, okay, let's call it quits from here. Before you say you want to end the relationship, please. It's not all the time that there are issues that you just say, oh, let's call it quits. It doesn't work like that all the time, because even if finally you get married, that person you are getting married to is not a saint. Please note that. So don't just end relationship for flimsy excuses. There are things you can work out, and there are bigger issues that you can tell yourself, okay, we can't go from here, let's call it quits. So please note that. Secondly, and very importantly, it's okay to cry when a relationship has ended. Very important. People have pent up emotions and people release those emotions differently. I'll give a vivid example, not relationship wise now. When I lost my mom, I thought I was very strong and, all macho and everything, all true. But as soon as she was lowered into the grave, that was the first time I cried out my heart out. It wasn't a long wailing, something short. But as soon as I cried, deep sobs, after it all, I just felt a relief. So it's okay to cry. It's okay to, be emotional about it. We are all humans and emotions take a toll on us. So don't just tell yourself, okay, I want to keep it. No, if crying is a way that you vent out your emotional issue, that's okay. But please do it in a way that you don't dwell in that place for too long. Don't stay there and be sobbing and mourning and every other area of your life is, on hold. No. Do it and, for that moment, be relieved. There are different ways that people, some people just retreat. They want to be alone. But let me give a note of warning here. While you want to be alone and think and all that, please let people be around you. Let people know where you are, let people know what is up with you part time, because this thing has led to issues of suicide, issues of depression, issues of um your mind, losing your mind. Emotions are very strong. Our emotions can take a toll on us. So if you feel that retreating, and being to yourself is a way that you can, heal, that's fine. But let people be around you and monitor you, because some people can say, oh, I want to retreat and heal, and then at the end of the day, it is worse than expected. That's very important. Next, I will say, please do not live in denial. What I mean is, the relationship has ended. Both of you have discussed, and you know that this relationship has ended, but you refuse to accept it. You are still hoping and wishing that the man or the woman will come back. That's it's not going to allow you to heal. The process of healing will not start except you accept it, that okay, this relationship is over. Many people live in denial for years. They are not accepting a new relationship, and they are hoping that this one that ended would, resurface. And no, 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 please. If it has ended and both of you know it has ended, do not live in denial. Accept it. Let your healing process begin so that new relationships can come in. Next, I'll say, please, those of you that used to stalk your exes on Facebook, monitoring them up and down, there's no point. It has ended. Live your life. It's not going to be easy. Live your life and tell yourself, okay, I'm starting afresh. Stop, sending people to ask what are they doing now, who is the next person in their lives and all that. It's not necessary. Stop stalking them on Facebook and finding out what is the next. No, 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 no. It's not necessary. That's not necessary at all. Next, I'm going to say, please learn from your mistakes. If there was an issue that ended the relationship, learn from it. It's going to be very foolish if you get into another relationship and you are making the same mistakes that you made in the previous relationship. Learn from your mistakes, number one. Improve on the good that you did in the previous relationship. Many people say, I did good, and then, this is what I got for being good. Well, I don't know how to tell you, but as a human being, we have different people around us. People don't always, as much as there are bad people around us, there are also good people. So just think of the good, the percentage of the good people around you that are going to be happy when you extend that good character to them. Finally, I'm going to say, please give yourself time to heal. Don't just jump into another relationship and say, okay, I've ended this one, I want to get into the next one. No, let your mind heal, let your emotions heal so that you can be whole enough to start a new relationship.